Hello, everybody. Welcome to the RWBY Semblance tier list, where today me and a couple of my friends who also know RWBY will be ranking characters based off of their semblances and how useful they'd be for an everyday life or situation or whatever. Now, you may notice this big tier of non-applicable because these characters are like never stated or shown like any specific semblance, so they get their own category. Now, I assembled the best team for this. Myself, someone who is caught up to the current episode of Volume 9, someone who hasn't even watched up to Volume 6 yet, and someone who hasn't even watched anything revolving RWBY since 2016. So this is gonna be fun. And without that all the way, let's go straight into the video and enjoy.
In the meantime, me and Mando are gonna do things.
We are now recording, so.
Oh.
Alright,
so we've got the tier list, let's go. Okay, so for semblances, we're gonna go in order that I made because it's simple. So first semblance that we have to rank off of everyday life or everyday situations. We gotta go over RWBY's, which is pedal burst.
Yeah. Okay.
Which basically just makes you really fast, and also
yeah, it's basically speed.
Yeah, just speed. All right, so we have like 5 available tiers. I'm thinking either A or S for RWBY, honestly, for her semblance, because I mean, super speed is just very nice to have in general.
Yeah, I'd have to go with S because
S.
Sorry, go ahead, Tom.
No, I was about to say an A for me.
Yeah, all right. So a bit decisive for this one.
I'm gonna have to go with S just because she can do real life Sonic.
Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah, but however, there's a lot of people who can stop RWBY's semblance.
Okay. So like, if we're going off of this tier list as like you have the semblance for like everyday situations, no one else is gonna have a semblance then, right?
Right.
So
it's true.
So then,
in theory.
Yeah. All right then. So I guess we'll do S for now, and I guess as we fill in the list, then we can switch spots a bit. All right. So next we have the Schnee family, all 3 of them, Weiss, Winter, and Willow's glyphs. You can make things or creatures out of things you have killed, and you can make glyphs that can push and pull things.
S rank because A is very, very convenient for a whole lot of things, and B, it looks fucking awesome.
Yeah, S is really good.
Just on the fact that you can move stuff.
Oh yeah, with like glyphs.
Not on the dead things part, unless you
unless you kill like a giant knight, that's like the only way that's gonna like come into use. Like,
that's true.
It's like lift heavy stuff if you like killed that guy.
On the side of being able to move things towards you or away from you,
yeah, and you can also make like platforms in the air. So like,
yeah, and it just looks cool.
Actually, I might move down RWBY to A now just because glyphs are so good.
Yeah, and
that's what I just said.
Yeah. All right, listen. We're doing this step by step.
And like the glyphs just by themselves look cool.
They do look cool. Yeah, there's the visual appeal. All right, so we got the Schnees all in S rank as they should be. Okay. So next is Blake's with the shadow
immorality.
Clones. You basically get dodge. You get auto dodge.
It's basically just after image from Dragon
and
Ball.
I mean, and you can make clone like physical clones with like dust or whatever.
Yeah.
Although how that would be good in an everyday situation, like in fights, like that'd probably be S tier, honestly. But
that's S tier in fights, but like in everyday situations,
if you're an everyday person,
Well, I can. The only everyday use I can see for it is just like you're in a conversation you don't want to be in, so you just leave that behind as you walk away, and nobody knows that you actually walked away.
Yeah, I mean
that's it. That's all I can see that being.
You'd be really good at dodgeball, but that's about it. So either like C or D, honestly. For
I'd say
Catwoman.
C because like
Yeah, probably
I'd
C.
say C, just because like you can still get use out of it.
Yeah, you can still get use out of it. All right, now we may actually have our first D tier, sadly, which is Yang's, which is Semblance Burn. You dish out
like,
damage that you take. I don't think that's good for every day.
Yeah, there's not really an everyday scenario where you can use Super Saiyan.
Yeah. Oh, like fights SA easy, but like every day is D probably.
But like what, you stub your toe?
And then what? You punch the table and destroy it because you get mad at it?
Well,
yeah, or like you hit like a door frame on accident. Like,
but what if you're like your profession is in like MMA or boxing or whatnot? Then it'd be very useful.
Then it makes sense.
Yeah, I mean if it was that, but like if it was just MMA,
like,
B. But like since it's every day, you're not going to MMA every day.
Yeah, that's true.
So
like if it was, let's say we had like one of us had it.
It would definitely make me able to lift a lot more than I usually can lift. So that's
but the thing is, you have to take the damage first before you can use it.
Yeah.
Dude, do you have any idea how scrawny I am? Do you have any idea how much it hurts me to lift something?
Just punch yourself.
Well, alright, yeah, just punch yourself a bit, it'll work. Alright, so...
Or just purposely kick a corner.
We're putting her at D, right?
Yeah.
Or I just simply have to lift and strain.
Can we talk about our first F rank?
Talk about what?
Which is
our first F rank?
Or I could just
we have 5 tiers. It's S, A, B, C, and D. And then at the top of the list is not applicable, which is all the other characters that don't have semblances that were part of this tier list.
Well, if we did have a F tier, then we know who's gonna be in that one.
Alright, so next one we have Jean's Aura Amp, which you amplify people's aura and they can like heal or get stronger.
I can kind of see that being useful in every day. Like if you stumble across an accident or whatnot,
you'd be a really good like healer and like amp and like
you would be a useful medic without actually having a medical license.
Yeah, you would. Although it is kind of questioning if you could amp someone's aura if they don't have it, since this is like an everyday situation. But let's just say that they do for the sake of the semblance actually being like scaled. For every day, well, I mean, apparently he can amp himself too. So if you can amp yourself, then that'd be really good, and you get stronger.
Well, how is that going to be useful in every day? Because like,
yeah, I mean, it's kind of like
how many times are you looking to get electrocuted in a day?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, if you're like an electrician, okay, like my question is, does it hurt to absorb the electricity?
But then if you're an electrician, why would you need to get stronger? All you would just do is absorb it, and then you just have all this pent up strength.
Absorb it. I mean, you would be a good conducting, like if there's like an electrical breakout or something, like
but I'm just saying, like
like a transformer blue.
I'm just saying, like, if you just absorb all that electricity, then you just have all this pent-up strength that you're not using. And then, like, you go to click an elevator button, you just punch a hole through the button.
Yeah, that is true. Honestly, this situation also seems like a Yang one, but, like, I say it's slightly better than Yang's Semblance, because it's just, like, depending on the situation, getting the strength isn't as painful.
A little bit, yeah.
So... yeah, we're probably just going to put Nora next with Yang. Their semblances, not good for every day, sadly. So next is Polarity is Pyrrha's. You get to control metal objects.
Ooh.
This one is really good.
It is.
That's nice. Absolutely know of a certain everyday scenario where this is going to be useful for me. And it would absolutely make my life S tier. Yes, and we have a giant bowl where we mix the dough for the pizzas, and I have to clean that.
Oh yeah, that would be.
And that thing's and that thing is fucking heavy. So yes, if I had Polarity, it would absolutely be S tier.
All right, because I'm also thinking about
scenario alone, because I hate cleaning that goddamn bowl.
Yeah, yeah.
That with me, I don't know because I also wear a lot of metal. So like I wear a lot of like rings and necklaces and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's one thing with me where it's like, but also just the amount of metal that is around me almost daily. Whether
You
it
do get to
be
control it.
that I'm still like I might not be thinking straight and I might do something and then it messes 13 different things up.
No, yeah, that is true.
Also in the sense that I also build robots. So in that case it can be helpful because I don't have to walk across the frickin' wood shop to grab something, like a screw or something, or a tool.
Yeah.
I can just
Yeah,
just
you
be
could
here.
just manipulate.
That's another positive.
Yeah. I mean, you could also
But
put
I
like
think
a metal sheet like under your feet and like lift it up, and you can just fly with it.
that's
Probably.
true.
What, like a
That makes
magneto?
getting through
What, like a
halls
magneto
so much
situation?
Yeah,
easier.
probably. You could actually probably do that.
You could
Oh, if
get
you could
places a
fly
lot
with this,
faster,
that's
too.
8 tier easy.
Oh,
What?
for
I
sure.
Wait,
think.
so you're just flying like a magneto situation?
Yeah, kind of.
Where you
It's
just
just
have like
that.
a disc under you and you just
Yeah.
But
lift?
so it could also help for if you're someone who likes to work on like cars and stuff too.
That
Oh
would
yeah.
help. Yeah, like
Or if you're like in a metal factory or
yeah,
whatever.
mechanics
Yeah.
would love to have this one.
Oh
So
yeah,
yeah,
Yeah.
because they
I'm
don't need the joist or
thinking.
anything. They're just like lift.
Yeah, I'm thinking low
No,
A for this one.
if anything, this is S tier for me.
S. Yeah, so S. So
It's-
yeah,
But I
we'll
think
go with like
for
A.
general people,
I
it's probably like a B,
All
if
right. All right,
anything.
then
Well, it
yeah.
might be an A,
For
but
I would
general,
say
I don't know.
like for like to be fair,
high B, low
Well,
A.
then you
we'll
also
just go
gotta think.
low A for like mid ground.
Yeah,
Then
because I was
Yeah.
about to say, like, you also gotta consider, like, when you're not working and you're just doing that home thing, dude. That's gotta make cooking so much easier.
oh yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So last member
I
of
would
Team
cook a lot more
Juniper,
for
we have
sure.
Lyrenz, which is tranquility. You can hide. You can mask people's emotions.
You basically make
Like you
yourself and
can just
everyone around you
tranquilize.
emo.
Yeah, but
I thought
okay.
That's
I thought
basically what
you
you
like
do.
tranquilize someone to make them go unconscious.
No.
That's
No,
what
So
it sounds
if you
like.
can just
no.
mask,
Here's
okay, listen, masking people's emotions from Grim, like S tier in terms of like normal situations, but just normal, that's like D
like
tier. But
Yeah.
that's not even D tier. You basically just turn yourself and everyone around you into an emo.
in
Wait,
volume,
wait,
yeah,
wait,
no,
wait.
but in volume 7, his semblance evolved to where he can also see what
I haven't seen it.
well, don't worry, well, we're gonna have to get over it, so it's fine. Is that he can sense people's what
Well,
emotions
yours.
people are going through, which might make it like
So
C.
it may be helpful
Yeah, so
in
like
some cases.
if it wasn't evolved, it'd be D, I think, but evolved, I think, is C.
Maybe. Yeah, okay, so yeah, it would depend on the stage that it's at, but also I think depending on the type of person you are too. Because if you're a person that likes to be really helpful, then maybe that might come in handy because maybe something happened in someone's life that maybe they're not doing too great
Yeah.
emotionally, and then you can just kind of know that.
Yeah, I mean, you would know if someone was lying to you about their emotions if you say like they're fine or whatever.
Oh, for sure.
Although I kind of question how that would affect you mentally, because I'm like, if you could never turn it off, I would assume you could. But if you couldn't, you'd always know what people are going through, kind of, or at least have like a hint of it, which might just suck. All right, so next one we got Sun Wukong's. It's called Via Sun.
Like
Night,
sort
Oh,
of.
All right, let me.
and I know it works at
The
night
moon?
because it worked at night in Volume 1.
Alrighty.
No,
I remember that.
not Volume 1. Volume...
I am done lagging out, I think.
Was it Volume 4 or 5? It was the one where, it was during the battle in the Belladonna house. I don't remember.
Oh yeah, so like for Suns, Via Sun, you can make clones of yourself. I believe
I'd say that's in...
there isn't a stated limit to how many clones, but I think the show's shown he can only make at 2 like max, I think. I mean, if you can make more than 2, that'd be pretty good.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
A tier because I can
Probably
think
be like A
because
tier. Yeah.
But if it's
that
like
would- that
2,
would
it's
make
But if
just
it's
so
only
like
many
I mean,
you
things
two
have to be
still like
really
like
careful.
2 still helpful, but like it wouldn't be as good as like
You still have to
a
be
lot
careful
of
of
them, yeah.
where you're leaving them and who you're leaving them with.
Which yeah, so basically just make clones of yourself. It'd be kind
well,
of helpful.
You also gotta ask the question: is there like a distance limit? Like, can you make them
like
X
you have to
amount
be in
of?
a certain radius.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think the show's ever shown that there like was a limit because like he can like throw them out. He's also shown like creating one like in the air and like propelling himself with it. So like I guess
No, but like,
it's like I
is
guess you can
there a
get a consistent
certain?
chain of like air movement, which would be kind of neat.
Well, no, I'm saying like, is there a certain radius for them to still exist?
I don't
Like
think there
when,
is.
like
You can
if
only
you
go
move,
so far.
like if you go so far away from them, will they still exist or will they just poof?
We'll say for like simplicity, or I guess for like a hypothetical, you cannot get like 100 feet away from them, otherwise they will disappear.
Okay.
And that's still like
So
A
it's
tier.
very like situational.
Yeah.
You have to
No.
like.
It's B tier. I'm sorry.
B
Yes.
tier.
Yeah, for me at least.
B tier.
But yeah, I will put that below Jean's Semblance, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But above all like the fighting and Grimm specific ones. All right, so next we have one of Sun's teammates is Scarlet David. Gliding, he can glide in the air.
So it's basically Knuckles.
That one's not too
Kinda, yeah. I mean, gliding is nice, but like, what are you gonna do with gliding in an everyday situation other than like jumping off a building and be like,
You
"Yo,
can get
guys, check
places
this out."
faster.
You could, but like, you'd have to get a vantage point first, which might take time.
I mean, I do not live in an area where that'd be useful at all.
I live in high elevation anyway, so.
Maybe.
But I don't think elevation does anything for it.
Yeah, I'm thinking C tier for gliding.
I would imagine the only place where gliding to get around faster would be useful is in a city, and I don't live in a city.
Which, I'm thinking maybe above Ren's Semblance, maybe for gliding.
Oh yeah,
but below Blake's.
Like you can definitely get some use out of it. It's just like
you don't
depends
get a
on your
lot.
location.
So next is Neptune's water attraction. You get to control water.
Despite the fact that he's afraid of it.
It's funny.
So you're
there's a lot of water everywhere.
Yeah, there's a lot of. You can use a lot. If you can manipulate water, you can do it to do a lot of things.
So basically, so essentially, you're just Percy Jackson.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, my thing is
from the books, because Percy Jackson from the movie sucked ass.
This is gonna kind of sound dumb, but does that mean that you can almost like mess with people to a certain point because our bodies are 70% water?
I don't think it was shown he could ever do that, but I mean, well, you could like make a bubble of water and then just like put someone in it. That would be messing with them with water.
Then, well, then they could drown.
Kind of like that one scene in Order of the Phoenix in the Voldemort Dumbledore fight.
Yeah, I don't think he could do that. So it's just like basic water manipulation.
Yeah, it's basically just water.
I think if you don't live near a lot of water.
Well, I mean, water is everywhere. Like even like bottles of water. Like you can get a lot of water to like shape into whatever.
So my question is it as powerful as waterbending?
I believe it's just the same as waterbending. Because it just says allows you to control water. Oh well, specifically you come in contact with, apparently. So you have to touch it first. Which shouldn't be that hard.
As powerful as
I mean, it shouldn't be that hard to touch water. Then, so I guess in that
powerful
aspect,
as I thought, but
it shouldn't be. But then I think it's a situation where you'll be like, "This won't be bad," and then you'll be "Oh crap, I can't do anything."
Yeah.
Mando will have no problem with that because she lives around snow all the goddamn time.
I'm thinking we put Neptune at bottom B.
Except in summer. I'd be useless in summer.
Yeah. Alright, so next...
I've lived in the South my whole life. I'd be useless everywhere.
Alright, so next we have Team Coffees. With starting off with Coco's. It's called Hype. It allows you to increase the effect and power of dust. Now this kind of puts us in like a weird situation because do we put dust in the real world? But then if we do that, how much would dust be used for an everyday situation?
Wait, I'm sorry. What was the semblance?
How much? What classifies as dust?
And then
what does semblance do again?
It amplifies the effect and power of dust.
Well, we don't have dust here. So...
Yeah. So is that just instant? Just bottom D because it's just useless.
Yeah.
Well,
I think it's a situation where it
yeah.
it depends.
That's just
That's
like
very locational.
that's just too like in series useful for that. All right, so next we have foxes, which is telepathy. You can communicate with others telepathically.
That could be a good and bad thing.
I mean, I'm sure it's like you can choose who to do it to.
That's true.
Wait, so basically you're just Professor X, but you can walk at the cost of your sight.
Yes, basically.
I mean, I don't. It doesn't say that he's blind because of it, but I mean, if you want it to, then I guess that could be a thing we.
I was just making a joke.
Okay, okay. All right, good.
But yeah, basically you're Professor X.
Yeah, telepathy is pretty good. Well, I mean, like well, kind of. I mean, you can't really do anything like physical with it, but you do get.
Because I feel like for some people it might freak them out a bit.
Maybe.
For me, I'm just gonna have to put that like at C or D because I don't really know a whole lot of people to where that'd be useful.
I'd say it's
because I don't.
Yeah,
I don't know a whole lot of people. Period.
Maybe if you don't want to say something, maybe that can
Yeah.
Maybe you don't want to say something out loud.
Yeah.
Then, but you still want to get the point across. Then maybe that can be used there. But day to day, other than those very few situations, I don't know.
Yeah, so I'm alright, thinking we put foxes with Ren's semblance in terms of usability. Alright. Next we have is Violets with photographic memory. Allows you to mimic people's moves, including their fighting styles.
Okay, that's
essentially just good memory.
Yeah,
that's true. But however, it's basically like copycat.
Yeah, so
you basically just good memory and eliminate the need for training.
Yeah, I mean, so it's like you could see like how like a mechanic fixes your car, and then you can like just memorize his movements, and then you can fix your car afterwards.
Yeah, but then,
I feel like that's very also kind of like job based.
I guess. I mean, like you would be a really good like boxer or UFC fighter because you could just mimic people's fighting styles instantly.
In my situation, that's just gonna have to be another C or D because I already know how to do all my shit at work because I've been working there long enough.
See, with me, it would kind of be useful, especially since I'm still in school.
Mm-hmm.
And like,
it would be a little bit useful for me, especially also because I play an instrument, so I wouldn't have to.
Oh yeah, you could just learn instruments
anything
because
all
you
of
just
my. And then, like, all of my stuff that I plan to do is mostly like intellectual based, so I don't think that'd be very useful for me.
So probably top of C, maybe low B if we're being generous.
Like,
with photographic memory.
Yeah. Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so last one of Team Coffee's, it's Yatsuhashi's with memory wiping. Allows the user to temporarily erase the minds of others. It can
temporarily.
Apparently can break mind control and heal others' minds. So you could just
on the duration.
You'd be a pretty good psychologist.
I believe this was shown in like the first like book or whatever. I think it was called like After the Fall, where I think it's like he can choose how long it goes on for.
Oh.
I mean, admittedly, you'd be a pretty damn good therapist.
You would be a good therapist, but like in terms of that,
that's really all I can think
of. It's probably like the only thing you could use it for, honestly. It's either...
I mean, unless you commit a crime.
Yeah, unless you commit a crime. Honestly, that might boost it to C tier, actually, with Fox and Ren, actually. Because I was thinking about putting it D tier, but now that you say that might just boost it up to C.
Yeah.
Burn doesn't pay,
except
for when it does.
Yeah, especially if you can wipe people's memories of it. So, alright, you know what?
I like how bottom C was just me saying, unless you commit a crime.
Alright.
Yeah.
So next we have is Flint Cole's Killer Quartet. You can create 3 clones of yourself.
I still can't believe that they actually put Flint fucking Cole in RWBY.
Still, specifically
that just feels
3.
like a...
It just feels like Sons.
That kind of feels just like a repeat
of like
Sons.
But
you have like one more.
Yeah, except it's just guaranteed one more specifically.
Yeah. So I feel like it plays just
I mean,
same spot.
if you're wearing blue, then all the other clones would have to be would just wear different colors. You would be very fashionable.
What? Yeah.
In
I
that
still
case.
can't
Would
believe
make going or like seeming like you're at events
I still can't believe they
at
put
different
fucking
places,
Cole in
but
RWBY.
you're
That
not.
is so cool.
Just like
Yeah.
that man's supposed to be solving crimes, not
He's jazzing it
doing
up with
music
his
and
trumpet.
Yeah, no.
I
but
wonder if it's
you,
a similar thing where you have to be in a certain radius.
Well, I
Because
mean,
if so,
I believe the
there's-
clones
know-
just follow you.
because like
Oh,
Flint,
well.
They just go where you go.
I still remember how they came up with the concept for Flint Cole.
Right. All right.
Achievement Hunter is responsible for the majority of a lot of characters that we all know and love in Rooster Teeth,
Which is fair.
and I thank him for it. Oh, I found Flint Cole. Sounds like
Alright.
a 40s detective.
So next semblance we have to go over is
Thank you, Gavin.
Octavia's, which is sand skating. Allows you to slide across sand at extreme speeds in a burst.
Wait, who the fuck is Octavia?
She was
Is that Indigo?
she was one of the girls that fought Sun's team in the final festival.
Yeah, so that's Team Indigo.
Well, yeah, it's one of them. Apparently, she's the only one with the confirmed semblance.
Huh.
So that's
where would you use that?
I mean, anywhere sandy,
Unless you live
like in the desert.
near a beach or in the desert, where
Which I have
okay,
lived in the
as a
So,
person
wait.
who,
Okay,
who
so hang
lives
on.
in like mountainous areas, that wouldn't do
Yeah, there's
it.
barely sand.
Yes, however, I have lived in the desert, and I can tell you, oh boy, that'd be very useful there.
Yeah, it seems like a very
Good
situational
God.
thing. So
Yeah.
this kind of
It's
feels like the
situational and locational.
this kind of feels like the
Like-
gliding one, where it's kind of like area situational for
Yeah.
every day.
Yeah.
So you know, yeah, I'll put him with him. All right, so next we have Ravens with Kindred Link. You can create portals to people you share bonds with.
That could be very useful. Because like if
How's that
you're
useful?
like if okay.
Because I mean, it's not even
Wait,
area
wait,
specific
if you're
at
friends
that
with
point.
someone, if you're friends with someone and you know them very well, and you want to see them,
Yeah,
or
you just cut a
or
portal
like
in space.
or like something happens and you want to be there with them for it.
Yeah, I can see
Boom,
that
there you
being
are.
useful.
So it could also be helpful
Yeah.
depending on where you want to be and who you have relations with.
I mean, it also depends on what a bond means, because like if you could just like talk to someone online who's like across the world and that like makes a bond, then you just get like a free ticket to Paris or something.
Okay,
Yeah.
so here's the thing though. Does it specify that it has to be a positive bond?
It just says share a bond with. So, and I mean,
Because-
Raven and Yang's like bond isn't positive at all, and she can still make portals to her.
Yeah, so if you have a negative
Oh,
bond,
okay.
you can get portals to just about anybody that you despise, and oh boy,
Yeah.
At the current moment,
oh
it's
boy,
Leo.
I
So-
can make my threats actually have some weight to them.
Mean
Then
something.
Yeah.
When it
Yeah.
when it says bond, it probably means familial at this point.
you don't know where I live. No, but I can easily find out.
So I'm thinking either top of C or bottom B.
Bottom B.
I would say
Yeah.
top of C,
B.
bottom
B.
like in that middle range.
All right. So next is a fun one. We have crows. Everyone loves crow. Is misfortune.
I
You
know.
get you become bad luck charm.
That's just a D.
The bad luck affects
F,
both you but
F.
also other people.
So like,
Okay, see,
you're
it affects
basically
you, so that could go sideways very fast.
That
no,
is
yeah.
true.
So so
In general,
Crow
disgusting.
is basically just a walking Murphy's Law.
Also,
Exactly.
Yeah.
according to like author statements or like writer statements, apparently he can amplify the bad luck effect for and like certain. He can amplify the effects on other people specifically for like little bits of time.
I thought it was passive,
But
not
still,
active though.
if
Well,
it-
no. So it's like it's still passive, but he can increase like the intensity of it for a bit.
But still, if it
apparently.
affects
But he can't like cancel it.
you,
Yeah, but he can't turn it off at all. But he can make it stronger.
You want fucking horses.
but still, it's like it affects you.
Yeah, it does affect you,
Like,
which is very
So
bad.
yeah, no.
Like if you're learning, let's say like what a lot of people are doing, let's say you're learning to drive, and it's time for your driving test.
Oh yeah, and then just like a raccoon just jumps in front of you or something.
Yeah,
Ah, damn
or
it.
just something goes sideways where
A meteor
it would
crashes
crash the
into
tail.
like the driver's ed like building or
Yeah,
something.
it's
So
Somebody drives
this
into
is a D tier.
bro.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
D. I'm sorry, Crow.
that's D.
I love you, but you're going to D.
Because
I
you're
don't.
essentially just a walking Murphy's Law.
Alright, so next we have is Glinda's with telekinesis. You can control and manipulate objects with your mind.
That's an S tier,
Oh,
bro.
Probably
That's
S
S. This
tier.
is probably
That's
S.
S.
That's easily an S
That's
tier.
S, just like Glinda's
Like
body.
like the
Wait, Steam
Wait, whoa, 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 whoa,
Hey, yo,
whoa,
wait,
whoa.
what?
it's
Whoa,
literally-
I won't disagree
let's
with
tone it
you,
back.
but
Let's tone it back.
Glinda's
What
semblance.
I won't disagree.
Wait, what happened?
So Glinda's semblance is based like Pura's and like Neptune's, except you're not limited on what you can control. You can just do anything with it. You can control anything
You
with
can just like, I
It's
want
S.
this thing closer to me.
it. Yeah, and then you do it. You
Just like you do
really
Glinda.
good.
What?
Oh my god.
Bro, Sea Monkey, I
Can
won't
we-
disagree with you, but chill.
Am I wrong in saying that Glinda's hot?
I don't know
No,
who that
you're
is.
not. But so is Flint
It's-
Cole and Crow. And Crow.
Well, because Flint Cole is Flint Cole.
Exactly.
No matter what, no matter if it's the RWBY or X-Ray and Vav iteration, it
I
doesn't
haven't
matter.
That is
watched
It's
true.
Flint Cole.
freaking. I haven't watched RWBY since it was taken off Netflix. So,
Wait, it was on Netflix?
which was in
What?
2016.
Yeah, it
on
was on
Netflix?
Netflix for a little bit.
Oh,
It
this is my
was
first time
removed
learning
from
of this.
Netflix in 2016.
Yeah, me too. What?
So, that's the last time that I watched it, which was shortly after the original, one of the original people died.
Oh.
So,
I
haven't seen it since then.
Well,
The only
learned
person I
something
know
new.
the only person I know of who died involved with that was Mommy the creator
I
himself.
think
the
that
creator
I
of
think
it,
that
yeah.
was who it was, and a lot of contracts fell through.
Oh,
with
yeah.
being on certain platforms after that.
Oh yeah.
So that's one of the reasons why it also got taken off of Netflix. So it's been off of Netflix since 2016.
Well, that
Rest
is an
in peace,
interesting.
Money. I know this.
Yeah,
Rest in peace, Money. I know this is not how
Also,
you want your show to go.
interesting fun facts, I guess. So, I
Yeah.
never knew the Netflix thing. Alright. Next, we have is Cinders. Scorching Caress. Allows you to superheat things and apparently shape objects. Which I assume is like the black
this?
glass
Fun
she
for
does.
cooking.
Isn't it
I mean,
glass?
You can
I mean,
cook
it's good if
faster.
you're like a welder or like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
mean-
remember in season 3 she did thing of popcorn.
I mean, it's hard to tell if
Yeah,
this is
that's
like
what I was
because
using
she's
it
part
for.
maiden, but
I-
like she can like create like objects like out of black glass or something, which I assume
I
she does by
remember-
like superheating air or something.
Or
So
I
if you
just-
can
Bro,
make
just remember-
any like object you want from that,
I
that'd be
remember
pretty
the
good.
scene.
Yo, your
I
mom.
remember the scene in season 3 where she popped the thing of popcorn. My friend was sitting there watching it for the first time next to me, and he was just like, "Well, a waste of good dust." And then I just looked at him like, "What? No, that's your semblance." I felt like an idiot.
Making
after that.
popcorn, dude. As soon as you said that, like she could pop popcorn, instant S.
No.
Yeah.
But all right. Superheating is pretty
Because,
nice.
like,
That's,
Like you could be
It's-
watching something and you're just like, I want popcorn, but
that's
we
like
don't have any
C-tier.
popcorn. Problem solved.
It's like a C tier if we're being genuine.
Lance,
Well, okay.
You don't have to worry about having a stove.
Well,
Then again,
I mean, with like,
that
I mean,
may just
okay,
be my bias.
okay. I mean,
It may,
all right. Let's be real. Are we really saying Jean's semblance is better than Cinder's?
well, to be fair, that may just be my bias coming through because, like, you know how much I hate Cinder.
Cinder is either like maybe like really low A or like top B, I think, in terms of her semblance.
I would think top
Yeah,
B.
whatever.
Yeah, I'd probably put top B. All right, so next,
It may just.
Choppy.
next we
it
have
may just be my
emeralds. Hallucinations. You can make someone hallucinate.
Ooh,
I
that'd
Basically,
be
think-
fun.
drugs, cocaine.
I can think.
That'd be
Drugs.
fun.
I can think of a few situations where that'd be very useful.
Be very fun.
Mm.
You still don't know the seriousness of drugs? Okay,
That-
let me explain to you.
This is your brain.
This
on drugs.
is cocaine. This is your brain.
Cracks the egg.
This is your brain on drugs.
Get it?
Very simple, huh?
No, I don't. I don't get it. It's not simple.
This is your brain. This is your brain on sugar sticks.
Yeah. So like Emerald can make someone only like one person like hallucinate. However, later on in the show, she has shown to affect multiple people at once now.
That's
I can
true.
think of a few situations where that'd be useful, but it's like a B tier at best.
I mean, she did it. I mean, she did it on Volume 3. You remember when she faked Yang breaking Mercury's leg?
So, I'm thinking that is Tom, B, but below the clone semblances.
Okay, so Tom, you misunderstand. She made Yang hallucinate.
Yeah.
In season 3.
But like later on in like I think like 7 and 8, she's just stated to affect more.
Maybe,
no. So in season 5, at the very end of the battle,
yeah.
when she thinks the Cinder's dead, she makes that hallucination of Salem that everyone sees.
That hits everyone. All right, now this one I think is just above Emerald objectively, which is Neo's, which is over imagination. Where you just make hallucinations, but everyone sees them. It's not even like person specific.
Well,
I think Neo's is an outright better Emerald.
Well, also not only that, but these illusions actually have like mass and weight and whatnot.
Yeah, physical.
So actually, Neo's like how you
they
say
can do like physical. They can like physically exist.
So like if you have like an enemy with someone.
Yeah.
But anyway,
well, not even that. I can also think of a few situations where that'd be useful. Not even like any situation.
Even if you want like
but if we're dealing with Neo, it's best we spy check everyone. Like I'll have everybody line up. Be like, all right, everybody, we're spy checking. I have a pistol with me, so we're gonna shoot. I'm gonna be shooting everybody's in the foot. If you're not,
I mean,
I'll say this. I'm glad my buddy Squirtle's not here because he absolutely simps for Neo.
Dude, I have a buddy that does the same. Don't worry.
He would absolutely put this at S tier just because.
All right, so like not to go into like spoilers of like Volume 9, but like apparently it's shown that like her semblance evolved to where she can make things that they don't even have to be near her at all. They could just go somewhere else completely and be completely fine as long as they don't break.
Distraction.
So like if we're involving that, I think that's A actually.
It's basically the definition of K-pop distraction.
Basically. Alright, so...
Hey, I want to agree with the simpers.
Next we have is Hazel's, which is numbing agent. You do not feel pain. Like, at all.
I mean, that's very calm.
That's very nice.
So, as someone who has to take a shot every other week because of my eczema and shit... Yes, please.
Wait, what was it? God. Sorry, I missed it.
You can't feel pain.
You can't feel pain.
I am a very clumsy person and walk into frickin' door frames all the frickin' time.
Yeah, and I have to take a shot every other week because I got eczema and shit, so...
Also,
yes, please.
The ability does not feel pain.
Migraines.
That just, like, applies, like almost, like, everyday situations, no matter what.
Exactly. I will say this, it also does kind of make it does also put you at a little bit of a disadvantage just because, like, if something bad happens,
you don't know. You don't know.
You get stabbed in the back.
Yeah, and you don't know until you look. and you're like,
I would be sure you could feel like the force. Like, okay, I'm sure you could like feel like the force of like the knife going into your back. You just wouldn't feel pain from it.
I know, but like, if someone were to brush by you and just like bump into you, like you're not gonna notice.
You'd have like no idea. All right, so next we have is Tyrion's aura disruption. You can disrupt someone's aura if in this scenario that no one else has aura. This is probably D tier. But let's be fair, since we did for Jean that everyone else has aura. This is also just like fighting though, so I think it's still D.
Yeah, this is just D tier.
Yeah, I think it's even being like charitable, it's still D. I love Tyrion, but man, bad semblance. All right, so y'all probably won't know his character, but his character's name is Talk. Her semblance is invulnerability. She just becomes invincible for 60 seconds.
Wait, who is the character?
Talk. She's like a character from Volume 6. Yeah, 6.
Oh, well then,
flashback.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is either. But
you become invincible for 60 seconds.
When would you ever use that?
I mean, it's kind of like Hazel's, but like you have to activate it first, I guess.
Yeah, it's not passive. You have to purposely...
And I mean, there's no stated, like, time for like. There's like no like recharge time stated.
And it's the same thing. Like, okay, you can't use it if you were going into like an extensive process. Like, you can't use it for certain things because those things are most likely going to last more than 60 seconds.
Yeah.
So I don't, other than, I mean, it wouldn't really even be useful in a fight because,
I mean, unless
like,
the fight was less than 60 seconds, but if it's
fights
after
usually
that,
last
yeah.
longer than a minute.
So, yeah, so I think put it below Hazel's Semblance, because it's basically just the same thing, but with like an arbitrary time limit.
Yeah.
Okay, if we're talking about Hazel, it's basically Hulk on crack.
Basically. Alright, so next we have is Adam's Moon Slice. Allows you to absorb and
Oh,
redirect
the
energy,
evil kid?
but yeah, but through a weapon.
So that's another.
So yeah, that's just with
That's
Yang.
another just. That's just another like. You can only use it for fighting. However, I will admit it looks cool as shit.
It does look cool.
It
okay,
is
okay, listen. If like the entire background went like red and black, and like everyone got like black silhouettes and stuff, like every time you used it, oh, aesthetically, S. Just I would use it every time just for that alone if it did that. But
my thing is that does it have a certain consideration of what it considers a weapon? Because if not,
I mean, I guess
you
a pencil
could pick up
be
a
weapon.
butter knife.
It just glows red
Jay,
with like energy.
Jay, it's like Deadstream Sandstorm's weapon.
No, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. But like,
he's basically just
pretty sure.
Yeah, I mean, it would be cool, but like in an everyday situation, it's like, yeah, you'd use it once and be like, okay, that's it, kind of.
Like, okay, I know what this does. When am I ever gonna use it again?
All right, so next we have is Ironwoods. It's metal. Allows the person to strengthen their resolve and carry through with decisions, helping them with hyperfocus.
I caught none of that.
What? Okay.
So basically, it helps him
if you have
make a decision. So it's like,
oh, that would be really helpful for me because I'm terrible at making decisions.
Yeah, so it's like, let's say, let's say the situation was like start a war. You'd have to say yes because you would have the resolve to carry out through the war. I mean, having resolve is really good.
To carry out anything.
Yeah, with like metal, but like I think you're forced to carry out the action once it's set in stone. So you better not have any form of resolve when it comes to like, I don't know, like blowing up like a house, because otherwise you're gonna want to do it till you do it.
Yeah.
Basically, I place an IAD in your mailbox. Be like,
that's like a C tier because there's definitely situations where that'd be very useful.
I'm thinking top C, honestly. All right, next one. I don't even have to say it. It's just immediate S. It's Clover's good fortune. You get good luck.
Yeah.
So
that's
it's
just
basically
S.
just the exact opposite of Crow.
Exactly, and so he gets the exact opposite tier as Crow. Crow gets bottom. Clover gets top. There's no situation where this isn't good. I think it's literal good luck.
Crow's like my spirit animal. Poor Crow, man.
Poor Crow. He goes caw. Yeah, not much needed for
okay,
Clover.
You keep your caw.
All right. Next we have is Harriet's, which is super speed. I think that just goes with Ruby's.
Yeah, that's basically just real life Sonic.
Which would be cool.
Get you where you're going faster, and you possibly look cool. Granted, you'd have to.
Alright, so next we have is Vines, which you get the Semblance Aura Vines, which allows you to make like Aura Vines like out of your hands, where you just get like long like whips that you can control.
So basically, it's just nature, but instead of planes, it's Aura.
Sure, yeah. And
kind of
where basically you can just get like really long arms, and you can turn them on and off.
I can't imagine a scenario where that'd be useful for me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe like mid C, like below gliding and sand riding, but above the mine stuff. Vine goes in mid C.
Mando, there's. Oh, never mind. You already got it.
Alright, so next we have is elms. It's kind of like vines, except it's aura roots. You make roots and you can plant yourself in place. So you can't move at all.
Again, what scenario would that be useful for in everyday life?
Yeah. That's like very situational. I think that's even more situational than like Nora and Yang's is, actually.
Yeah.
But I mean, it would definitely be better than having crows, Semblance.
I mean,
probably.
I guess if you're like a cop, and you could do it like that scene from RoboCop where he just plants himself in the ground and just stops the car without even budging.
Or like you're like a first responder of some form, maybe.
Yeah.
But for like everyday people,
in real life, I'm taking you in.
it's like there's no real use.
Come quietly, or there will be trouble. You stole that from
Alright.
RoboCop.
Alright, now I think this next one is interesting.
I had to say it. You know that.
Man, Tom, I can't believe you. Alright, next one I think is very interesting.
I had to say it. See if I can fall.
So it's Marrows. It's freeze. You can freeze a target in place for as long as like you look at them for. And I believe it's anything. So if it's like a building, I think you could just point at it and say freeze, and it'll just freeze in place.
But will the building freeze, or will everything inside the building freeze as well?
You know what's funny about that? Is basically, what if someone threw a flashbang? Like, for example, if he tries to freeze me.
I can't really think of an everyday scenario where that'd be useful.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, like he has to choose one object to freeze. He cannot choose two objects to freeze at once. Like, for example, remember,
I'm sure
he was facing a...
Well, yeah, I think it's like, if they're like in his... I think if they're like close enough, he can freeze two objects, I think.
Yeah.
And there's also, like, the caveat of
flashbang.
He has to maintain eye contact.
Yeah, you'd have to look at the thing.
So, like, on top of not really having any everyday scenarios, you also have to maintain eye contact. So if you blink, it immediately unfreezes.
Yeah, alright.
And you just have to refreeze it again.
Yeah, I'm thinking this is like...
Or how about you keep your eyes closed?
Yeah, I'm thinking either like top of D or bottom C for this one.
That's just D.
Just
There's
D?
no question about it.
Well, I mean...
D.
Yeah, D. Well, top of D. How about that? Alright.
Top of D.
Why not? So, next we have is Robin Hills. It's lie detection. You can grab onto someone's hand and tell if they're saying the truth or not.
That's an A tier.
B.
That's an A tier.
B or A? Oh, okay. I mean, that is like pretty useful.
Into A.
I'm not going to elaborate why it's B. Just B. Just roll with it. I've got my reasons.
I mean, alright. Okay, for those who say A,
actually,
are we saying that's better than like making a portal or like cloning yourself? Or
no, it's below that.
For me, it's above. I'm not going to elaborate why. I have my reasons.
You know what? All
right. That's B.
I mean, it's better than...
Maybe above water manipulation?
Maybe it is a B. Maybe it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
But, like, just above.
Yeah. Alright. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good spot for it. Alright, so next we have is Maze, which is invisibility field. You create, like, a small field around you, and people and objects just become invisible.
Wait, Manda, what's going on? Why is she dizzy?
I think that's
it's the alien getting to her.
Yeah.
That's a good B tier.
Okay. Sorry, we're doing another thing. Continue, Divine.
Apologize. Go for it.
Bruh.
Alright, so you make a small like field dome around you, and whatever is in it becomes invisible. So like people and objects are invisible.
So it's kind of like
if you wanted to hide like a group of people.
Yeah,
it's basically
it would just be
kind
camouflage.
of like the cape from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, basically.
Or the cloak from Harry Potter. So yeah, I can definitely see how that'd be useful.
It could be useful, yeah.
I mean, however, I can only think of it for troublemaking reasons. So I solemnly swear I'm up to this.
Yeah,
it's definitely top
and maybe
above
even
D.
some safety reasons.
Yeah. I'm thinking like mid C.
I mean, the only way I can think of for safety reasons is like if you're like doing like some government CIA hush hush shit.
Yeah, I'm thinking mid C for
like,
invisibility.
You're not supposed to say this.
Sorry, yeah.
You know, that stuff for the lagging out. Much longer.
Yeah. Don't worry, we're good. All right. So next is Fiona's, which is pocket dimensions. it allows you to put anything into
Fiona's the little sheep girl, right?
Yeah, Fiona's the little sheep girl. Where you basically put anything that you want into a separate dimension, and you can take it in and out whenever.
So basically, you
fun
have
fact,
unlimited
it used to be.
GTA,
Fun fact: this was
okay.
beta Roman Semblance, but they couldn't figure out a way for him to show it off.
High
so they gave him Fiona.
Bro, they could have made
Yeah,
Roman
I'm also
GTA
gonna have to put that at A
character,
because
bro.
you have unlimited storage space. So you
That'd
basically
be
just
really
put.
good.
You can just
Dude,
you won't have ever have to worry about storage.
Yeah.
You basically just put all your shit in there.
Yeah, that would be really.
Roman
It makes moving so much easier.
That would have been
I'm
amazing.
pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it was
away all
shown that she put an entire truck in there.
Yeah, so like
could
if you're
put all of
moving to a
my-
different location, all you have to move is your being.
Dude,
All
You
literally,
don't have to
this
move
GTA
any giant
character.
boxes or furniture.
I would put all my clothes in there and everything else so that I can make room for all my nerd shit.
Do you know how
Same.
comp it would
I
have been for
agree.
Roman to have
So that I can show off all my
Yeah,
nerd shit
Roman
in my
would.
room.
Roman would
And all
love to
the other
have
stuff
this
I
one.
need is
Immediately,
just in there.
everybody compares him to GTA
Yeah.
character.
Exactly.
He almost did. He almost had it. He was so close.
All right.
Man, almost became GTA.
So next one we have is Maria's Semblance, which is pre-flexes. It allows you to basically react to like attacks before they happen.
So it's basically precognition.
Yes.
I mean that's useful in the
I can't.
I mean,
imagine
depends on what classifies
I
as an
would.
attack, kind of.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like if it's like
Sometimes
something falling, then I think that counts.
Oh. Or if it's like a verbal attack on Twitter, you already know how to respond.
Bro.
Oh no, dude! If it was that'd be
that's
like top S.
If you're like playing a sport,
That's
then
S.
Maybe
if
that's how it does it. So all right, but like normal wise, it's like because I don't think it's D. Is it D? Is it top of D?
No, it's certainly not D.
It's a C.
C.
Let's say it's like mid C.
I'll put that above the
He's a good
mental
rank.
boys of Ren, Fox, and Yatsuhashi.
Yeah.
But below Vines. So next we have is Rhodes, which he gets metal skin, where you turn your skin into metal and you become durable.
So you're basically Colossus.
Yes.
Wait, who is it?
Rhodes is like, it's like in the flashback, I think in like volume 8, he was like Cinder's like teacher or something, and then she killed him. So.
I haven't watched volume 8, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, it's very
but
sad.
yeah, that sounds like a C.
Yeah, C.
I can't imagine. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'll put that above Aura Vines, honestly, because I think there's more.
Why is she going to the innkeeper? She has the keys. Give it to her.
God, yeah.
All
right, so last one that is here. This is Sienna Cons, where apparently in the mobile game RWBY Amity Arena, it was revealed that her semblance was called Grudge, and where basically if we break someone's aura, you get faster, stronger, and more ferocious when going for a kill.
That's a D.
That's probably D, honestly.
That's D because that's just another situation like
that's like
you can only use it in combat.
Like that's not even like combat. That's like death. Like you have. Yeah. Apparently, it gets better when you want to kill someone.
Bro, you know how cool it would have been if
like, why?
Sienna Con was actually not killed off.
Right, but then Adam moonsliced her. Poor Adam.
He didn't even moonslice her.
Oh yeah, right. It wasn't even a moonslice, was it? Because the filter effect didn't happen. Right.
Yeah, he just stabbed her.
Aw,
bro.
Poor Sienna.
Rooster Teeth are dirty.
Poor kitty cats. Man, both kitty cats are low tiers.
No, I have no sympathy. I have no sympathy for Sienna. None.
Alright. Although
she basically just became the very thing she swore to destroy.
Yeah. Although there were like some few things that like me and Tom
were the chosen one.
Me and Tom were like discussing if these counted as like semblances or not. So one we have is Klein's. We questioned if his like multiple personality thing is a semblance or not. And if it is, where should we rank it?
Well, considering the eye changing thing, I would say possibly, but I don't know why that'd be a use for
That'd probably
everyday
be
life.
D then, right? If we were to rank that.
Yeah, because
Wait,
like,
what
how
was it?
would
Sorry.
So the Wise's butler can like change. He's based off the Seven Dwarves. And
Yeah,
can change
but
his
instead of
personality
having
off of
7
that.
separate butlers, it's all one butler, and they swap personalities every time.
I feel like
Each
that'd
time.
get confusing.
Yeah,
it's
and
probably D.
his eyes change every time he swaps,
Which I'm
and it's
thinking would be a semblance, but it
Isn't
is a
he
bit
supposed to be
iffy.
like the dwarves?
Yeah.
That would be confusing, honestly.
And
So it's like, one, why and how would you even use that in real life?
Well, so I
And-
mean, at the very least,
Like,
people
that
could
just
tell
confuse
when you're.
people.
So, I mean, I guess at the very least, people could tell when your personality swapped because your eyes would change color.
yeah, I guess. And
True,
another one
but
that
my eyes already change
another one that
color
we
depending
thought
on
was
how much sun
neon
I get.
cats. I couldn't find if like her rainbow trail that she leaves behind is a semblance or not. So if it is, I mean that would look cool like aesthetically maybe, but like there's just not uses for leaving a trail behind you.
All you could use for is
You would
memes.
just be a human Nyan cat at
Yeah,
that point.
I mean it's just
Like,
a
all you
rainbow
could-
trail. I think. Wow, both of
Yeah.
both of the
All-
questionable semblances are D tier. Man, these poor
Like,
guys.
all you could
Okay,
use
to be
that
honest,
for. All you could use that for is shit posting and memes on YouTube.
That's about it.
Yeah,
It's
can't really
not
use
about
it in
it.
real
That's it.
situations.
Yeah.
Period.
Divine, I
Yeah.
can tell you with this one thing. Tastes like the rainbow.
All right, so he's obviously not on
That's
here,
what makes
but
Skittle.
if we were to rank Mercury's
Skittle.
dad's
Taste
semblance,
the rainbow.
which allows you to take other people's semblances, where would we rank that?
Ooh.
Because okay, if it's like every day, and if no one else has a semblance, D tier obviously. But if other people had semblances, how good would that be?
You were able to do that.
Okay, the question
I would
is,
say it
the question
depends
is,
on which one you take.
yeah. So like the question is, which one you take, but also can
For
you
how
use the
long you
taken
can have it.
ones? I believe it was implied that like he just took Mercury's semblance, and when he died,
wasn't
it just
able to
lost. It
use
was
it.
just gone. So I guess it's just forever. But then the question,
Yeah.
is, can you use the stolen semblances or not? Because
So what, you collect semblances like Infinity Stones? What?
I guess, yeah. I mean, if you could
I
use,
am inevitable.
if you could use the ones you take, that would probably be S tier, honestly. Because like imagine like
Yeah.
glyphs with like good luck and like Neo's semblance
Oh,
all
yeah.
at once. Like that'd be instant like S plus.
That'd be great.
But like
Hey,
That-
Thanos
yeah,
move.
that's a bit of like an iffy one in my opinion. And
Yeah, but what
Yeah.
would you use it for in everyday life?
I mean like I guess I guess it would just depend. Like if you took like Weiss's semblance,
Also, Mando
then there you go. You
things.
can
I
use
know. I saw.
that all day.
Yeah.
But like if no one else has a semblance, that would be D tier. But if you
I'll
could
let
use
you
the
figure
taken
out
ones,
how
that'd be S.
that all
I got
plays
it.
out.
You're good.
Yeah.
I got it.
So yeah, I believe that was all the questionable characters with semblances or whatever. So
Those were the characters with semblances question mark.
yeah, with semblances question mark. So I'll put all the question mark ones at the bottom of D, so we know where they're
There you
at.
go. That works.
Perfect. You know what? No, I'll
Yeah.
just make a new tier called Sad Boys, because because
Sad boys.
they don't get to be a part
So-
of the thing.
How many S tiers did we get?
All right. Uh-oh. Oh, I changed D to Sad Boys. You know what? Whatever. It's fine. They're Sad Boys. So for S tiers, we got there's 5 characters in S tier, but 3 of those are just glyphs because they all share the same one.
Yeah, no, how many
Right, then, Will.
semblances
And then
got into?
so there's glyphs, there's psychokinesis, and good fortune. Those are all the S tiers.
Okay.
Psychokinesis.
Yeah, which is Glenda's.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So we got Sad Boys.
I always thought
No,
that was called
some-
telekinesis.
Or
but I guess it's the
psychokinesis.
same thing.
I don't know the differences between them.
It's the same. There's not a
But man,
difference. It's the same
I
thing.
actually made a new tier, so we're putting Zwei in new.
Yes,
There, yeah, Zwei deserves his own tier.
Zwei is
Wait,
God. That dog
God,
was
God
a
tier.
terrible
Exactly.
thing. Like, he turns into a flaming fastball puppy.
Okay,
special
if that's
attack.
a semblance, that's S.
Yes.
But I don't think that's a semblance. But we can't put him in Sad Boys, so we'll keep him in new.
Cheerleader special, but you're on fire.
Alrighty, everyone, and here's the final tier list. So if you have any sort of reasons or why some characters should be placed above other characters, maybe we put a character too high or maybe a character too low or whatever, then leave them in the comments. And if we forgot anyone, then I'm sorry. And for those that we did forget, where would you put their semblances on this tier list? So, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed hearing the confused ramblings of a bunch of people on Discord talking about this kind of stuff. So, have a good rest of your day, and I don't know, maybe like and subscribe if you want to. But that's up to you, though, so.